Hello and welcome back to my garage. Today we're going to refurbish this caliper. This is for my KE10 project, my Corolla. So I'm going to rebuild this one. I don't know exactly how I'm going to montage it because, well, not everyone has a KE10 and wants to upgrade it to a KE30 caliper. And of course, well, if you have a KE30 or I believe even the TA22, the Celica has the same brakes, I believe. So please enjoy this video. Okay, most of the time this piston is stuck. The first thing I'll always try to do is, well, try some compressed air into the inlet and hope it pops out. So let's try that. I don't think we're that lucky, but who knows. No. So there is a lip down here. I don't like to pry on it too much. But it really looks like it's stuck. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to lubricate the insides and the outside with some, well, WD-40 or something like that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I put this in the vise and just take a big set of pliers and just try to turn it until it's loose, and then it will come out. You don't have always that room to get your plumbing pliers on there, so in this case I'm lucky, but sometimes it's covered a little bit and then you will never ever get to that. So what you are going to do when it is stuck like this, most of the time what I do is get you one of these bleeders and cut off the excess, the ends off, plug the inlet, then insert the bleeder valve all the way in until it's tight, and then just put in grease, just with a grease gun. Just pump it until well, the piston comes out. I never had an issue with that. It's I think the best solution for this. Of course, another thing what you can do is just montage it on the car and just pump the brake pedal until it will come out. So I never had an issue with that. But the grease method is also a very good method. But it's a bit messy, well, because you have to clean it all up again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it into the vise, get a big set of vise grips on there, and just turn it until it's loose. As you can see, probably not. So as you can see, this one is pretty bad. Normally you can, well, just with a scuff pad, just clean it up, but I think it's a bit too crusty on the inside for that, so we're going to hone it. Of course, we are going to replace all the rubber thingies. So now it's completely bare. We got now the 3 pieces. This is the first one. What I'm going to do now is degrease them and sandblast them. And after the sandblast, we're going to hone this, and then you can, well, paint it, but I'm going to powder coat it. Of course, we have the piston here, and most of the time the question is, are you going to replace the piston? Well, most of the time there is just a simple answer to that. If this is all rusty, the front side, it doesn't matter that much. The most important thing is the side. If the cylinder doesn't have extreme pitting on the side, after you clean it up, then most of the time it's good to go for another round. Well, as you can see, there is a little bit of pitting there, but I think with a little bit of Scotch-Brite I get it off. Well, I cannot get it all off, but the most important thing is it is above the seal, so the seal doesn't rub on the pitted surface. So that's a good sign, so we can reuse this. But even I know from the older cars and bikes, getting pistons can be a nightmare. So if you have a bit of pitting around the seal, and the most of the time what I did was just turn down the upper lip at this piece right here. Turn it down just, well, maybe a millimeter or 2, 3, so it clears the seal. That saved my ass a couple of times in the past. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to reface it a little bit and clean the sides up in the lathe, and then well, it's good to go. If you're going to sandblast it, of course you can use a wire brush. That's good enough, but if you're going to sandblast it, be sure you don't focus on the boring. You want it to have a smooth surface. So I've got these silicone plugs, and I don't have any bigger than this, so this has to do. But what you also can do is put in some newspapers or a rag or something to maybe I'm going to do it also with a rag. Crap. Now I don't get it out, of course. Well. And maybe I'm going to push in some paper underneath it. Most of the time if you use paper and you use it in the blasting cabinet. Although this pieces is going to get in your media, it's really annoying. It clogs up your machine. So the parts are now all clean, sandblasted. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean the cylinder and hone it because, well, the rust, of course. Well, as you have seen, I made a big mess again, so I have to clean it all up. What I'm going to do is, well, clean it up and put them in the sandblaster again, because, well, I did saw some mud and other stuff left, so I didn't did a good job the first time, so I will do a better job the second time. Well, this is heat resistant tape. So this is perfect for powder coating applications. So it's all taped and plugged up. I'm missing a plug here. So now it's all plugged up. Now all I have to do is just some wax and grease remover and powder coat them. They're now all baked and cooled down. As you can see, it's looks pretty decent. So I'm really happy with it. At least it is a lot better than it was. So now we are going to unplug it and let's see how it turns out. So now that all is done, I'm still waiting on the other bolts to be done electroplating, but we're already going to install the piston. Oh yeah, I didn't know if I showed you already, but I resurfaced the piston and the sides a bit. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did. So, well, first things first. But first, of course, we're going to clean it all up. This is just silicone grease. I always use that for rubbers. Well, this is special for brakes. It's from ATE, but it is just a silicone based compound. The calipers are finally done. It turned out pretty good, so I'm really happy with it. The only thing I need to get is the mounting hardware for the pads and a bleeder nipple. I'm glad this is done. The other thing I can scrap off my my list, and it is a big list. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, or at least learn something from it. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comments. And if you want to follow me around, you know what to do. And I will see you next time. Bye.